Hi and welcome everyone to another video. My name is Denis and today I'm going to show you my transfer plans for Game Week 18 of Fantasy Premier League, so let's just jump straight into it. Okay guys, so as I said before, today I'm going to show you my transfer plans for Game Week 18 of Fantasy Premier League, but before doing that, real short, I want to show you how my team performed so far in Game Week 17. This video is going to be structured in more parts, so feel free to jump to each section you want. Then we're going to discuss about my teams, my transfers for Game Week 18, and also in the last part I want to discuss a little bit about the best players you want to buy, because I think that a lot of people are going to want to make a lot of transfers in this gaming, because you may know that we got a lot of injuries. So yeah, we're going to discuss in the last part about some of the best players you should buy, some of the best players you should sell. Now real short, I want to discuss about my gaming 17, which ended up on 69 points, which it's feeling horrible at the moment, to be honest with you. I think that in this week where a lot of people done really well, I think that obviously you can see from the screen I got almost a 100k red arrow, so it's going to be a red arrow for me anyway. I don't have any other players left. There is still one game to be played tonight, but it's not going to impact that my rank that bad. Obviously it's going to make it even worse probably, but this is how I ended up on. And to be honest with you, it doesn't feel great, because I think that my moves were on point for Game Week 17. My team looked great on paper, but again, the red arrow obviously speaks for itself. Now, my moves for this week was to buy O'Reilly. I sold Munoz, he got a clean sheet. I also bought Semenyo by selling Nj, he got 10 points. So my transfers were really on point this game week. Raya also got a clean sheet, 7 points, also with a bonus point for Raya. That is a nice surprise. And obviously, Haaland scoring 32 points didn't really help my rank at all. It just made it worse, but it is what it is. Congrats to anyone who used their triple captaincy on Erling Haaland this game week against West Ham. What an amazing score for you. I'm really happy for all of you, and I'm really happy that I said it all season that this was the best opportunity to use your triple captain, and I'm really happy that it worked out for you. Now again, looking at my whole squad overall, the outcome obviously was really bad, was something I did not expect, considering that on paper, if you look at my picks, Lacroix and Mateta had a nice fixture on paper against Leeds. They got destroyed, Crystal Palace by Leeds. If it wasn't for defensive contributions for Lacroix, he would have ended up on -1 points, and also Mateta blank, but at least he got more than 60 minutes this game week. Virgil van Dijk didn't really help that Liverpool didn't keep that clean sheet, and other than that, Haaland again, everybody owns Foden at the moment, so it doesn't really impact my rank that much. And Bruno Fernandes, his ownership is also high, but we're going to talk a little bit about Bruno Fernandes. He got just 1 point, he got injured, probably he's going to be a sell for this game week. And Minte, with a good fixture, they played against Sunderland, he got just 3 points, so that was a little bit disappointing. So being on 69 points doesn't feel great. Again, I just think that my team was decent for this game week, honestly, but yeah, scoring 69 points is not great in a high scoring game week. I just think that it should have been more for my team, but it is what it is. We're going to take the red arrow, and let's see what can I do for game week 18. Okay guys, now let's move and see how my team is currently lining up for game week 18 of Fantasy Premier League. I made some early moves. I have 4 free transfers this game week. I'm going to tell you straight up. I sold Mateta on Sunday after he blanked to Ekitike. Now I got a price rise on Ekitike, and also my other free transfer was using it on Bruno Fernandes, and I just bought Cunha. So I have still 2 free transfers left. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any more transfers this gaming, but at the moment, this is currently how am I lining up for this gaming. I have 1.9 millions in the bank, so ignore what you see on the screen, because I've moved early to make some transfers. Now, if we look at my team, this is my whole team. Now you can see also my substitutions. My defense probably for this gaming is going to be Virgil van Dijk, Alderete, and O'Reilly, because probably I'm going to bench Lacroix if I'm not going to sell him to an Everton defender or something like that. But again, I don't want to waste all my transfers. Now on Sunday, my plan all along was to sell Mateta, to give Mateta the last game in Game Week 17 against Leeds. Unlucky for me, he didn't get anything in his last match for me, and I gone early for Ekitike because I just thought that he's going to be a really nice option, and the fixtures are great for Liverpool. Now a lot of things change till that, and probably now everyone is going to buy Ekitike, but this was my first move. The other move, Bruno Fernandes, we're going to talk also in the last part about him. We're going to discuss about some replacements, but he got injured. At the moment, he's not ruled out, but it's looking like he's going to miss some games. Now, we don't know exactly the extent of the injury, but because we have a lot of fixtures in the next 1-2 weeks, probably he's going to miss some games. Definitely he's going to miss Newcastle, but probably he's going to miss also Wolverhampton and maybe Leeds, and who knows, maybe even Burnley in gaming 21. So I just think that going for Mateusz Cunha is the most obvious the most obvious thing you're going to see this week. With Bruno Fernandes out, with Mbeumo to AFCON, probably I'm expecting Cunha to be on penalties. His XG is also way better than Bruno Fernandes. I also wanted to buy Mateus Cunha in Game Week 19 when the fixtures are going to get better. Now I had to go early on him because of the rises. And yeah, Newcastle at home, not the best fixture to have Cunha, but again, on penalties, playing for United, his minutes are going to be great now with Fernandes and Belmo out. So yeah, I think that this is the most obvious transfer you're going to see all week. Other than that, why I'm not, I don't know. I just feel like now everyone, because of that injury for Bruno Fernandes, everyone is going to have an easy route to go for Ekitike by selling probably Bruno Fernandes to Cunha and Igor Thiago to Ekitike is going to be a move you're going to see a lot this week. And now, yeah, I'm sad that everyone is going to go for Ekitike, and maybe before not everybody was thinking about buying Ekitike, but it is what it is. It's going to be a really popular option probably. And again, I still have Thiago. I'm probably going to keep him for this gaming. I had an easy route to move Mateta to Ekitike, so for me it was easier. And again, Thiago, I think that he's okay to keep, but again, in the future, maybe I'm going to sell him too. Now, my midfield is Cunha, Foden, Semenyo. Semenyo was always just a 1-2 week punt. Now he didn't get that yellow card against Burnley, so he's going to be able to play against Brentford. And at the state the game is right now, I don't think that I have the luxury to sell someone like Semenyo. So Brentford away is a nice fixture. Probably I'm going to keep him. And then it's Chelsea, Arsenal. The fixtures are really bad for Bournemouth. He was always a transfer out in game week 19. Now I need to see just which players I'm going to go. Haaland is going to be my captain, probably. Ekitike, really happy with him. Again, I don't want to add too much with Ekitike because he's going to be really popular. I think that he's one of the best transfers you can get right now. And also another thing that happened, Alexander Isak got an injury, which is really feels really bad as a Liverpool fan, and also for him because probably is going to be really bad. He's going to be out for 2 or 3 months, I suspect. And now Ekitike, again, he was pretty much nailed even before Alexander Isak injury, but now he's going to get to play a lot of minutes. Could he be benched? I just don't think that Liverpool can bench him at the moment. He's not going to play 90 minutes every game, but surely his minutes are going to go up. Wolverhampton at home, Leeds at home, Fulham away. Then it's a game against Arsenal, I think. Fulham and Arsenal, and then it's Burnley again in 22. So again, a lot of people are going to go for Ekitike. I don't want to talk too much about him. I just think that he's a great option. And if you have an easy route to sell someone like Thiago to Ekitike, then yeah, probably I would just do it in most cases. Now, as you can see from my screen, currently I'm playing Alderete instead of Lacroix because again, not just because Crystal Palace got trashed by Leeds, but I think that Tottenham at home is not the best fixture to play Lacroix, although he's good for defensive contributions, so probably he's going to get them. But Tottenham, yeah, I could see them scoring. And if we talk about, I have Alderete and Rodon who are going to play against each other. Probably I'm just going to go for Alderete because he's playing at home. Other than that, I have Anderson and Minte, which both of them are going to play against Man City and Arsenal. If I'm going again, if I don't want to use any more transfers, I could just play someone like Rodon and hope that Sunderland Leeds is going to end 0-0. But again, playing 4 million defenders doesn't feel great when you have someone like Anderson. Anderson is going to get probably defensive contributions, but again, he's going to get 3 or 4 points, something like that against Man City. But this is the question for me. I have still 2 free transfers left. And the question is, what do I do with them? Do I use another transfer to sell one of Anderson or Minte? My other option would be to sell Lacroix to someone like Keane, but at the current state of my team, I just don't think that's the priority for me. So again, selling Lacroix to someone like Keane just to play Keane against Burnley instead of playing Alderete against Leeds at home, which is a decent fixture, let's be honest, and Sunderland are decent at home. I just not sure if that's worth a transfer, since I can sell someone like Anderson or someone like Minte to another midfielder, and I also can upgrade some. Now, if we look, um, let's just say I'm going to sell Anderson. Wirtz, again, I can't afford someone like Wirtz in one move. I'm 0.1 millions left to do that, and also I'm just not 100% sure on going for Florian Wirtz. The fixtures are great. If you want to take a punt on Florian Wirtz, I think that's perfectly fine. I don't mind it. Now, if I'm going to sell Anderson, I'm going to have 7.3 millions in the bank. Uh, Rice probably is going to be a really popular option. A lot of people are going to buy this week because of this Bruno Fernandes injury. Uh, I'm not, I'm not 100% sure I want to go for Rice. Again, the fixtures are not great, but he's going to get defensive contributions at least probably in those tougher fixtures. Brighton, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Forest, Man United, Leeds. I don't know. It's just not such an exciting pick, and we're going to talk about Rice in a minute in the last part, where we're going to discuss about best players to buy. He scored 11 points, I think, in Game Week 17, and that's probably why he's going to be really popular in the future. But we're going to look at how Rice scored in the last few game weeks, and again, he's not a player who's going to get double digit hauls every game week. Again, fair enough, nobody's going to get double digit hauls every game week, not even someone like Foden. But yeah, he's someone who I expect to get, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 points most weeks, and maybe sometimes he's going to get an assist, defcon, and also some bonus points, so maybe he's going to hit 10. But again, I'm not sure if I want to go for him. I'm not going to buy Bruno Guimaraes, honestly. The fixtures for Newcastle are great, and we're going to discuss about another pick from Newcastle, which is going to be really more tempting for me. But again, Bruno Guimaraes is a mini Rice at the same price, something like that, and he's not even that good. So if I'm going to go for a player like that, I'm just going to go for Rice over Bruno Guimaraes. Other than that, Rogers, no way. No way I'm going to go for Rogers for before Chelsea away and before Arsenal away. Two of the most difficult fixtures you can have for any attacker. Turkey is a nice punt. If I want to go there, I could go there. But again, I have three players from Manchester City, so probably not worth it. Tillemans, no. Kudus, probably not. Probably not. Although Crystal Palace, Brentford, Sunderland, the fixtures are not that bad for Spurs. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the fixtures, honestly, Palace, Brentford away, not great. They have three away fixtures in the next four, which is not great. But Sunderland, West Ham, Burnley, until gaming 23, it's not that bad. And maybe Kudus also is going to be on penalties. Shade is another one, but I don't know. I have already Igor Thiago. I'm not sure if I want to double up in attack with Brentford. Paqueta, no. I don't want to go with a budget midfielder because I have 7.3 millions to spend at the end of the day, and yeah, I could do that. Now, again, the option I'm interested at the moment would be someone like Gordon, but again, Wilson, again, I'm not going to go for him because it's West Ham away, it's nice, but then it's Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea. The fixtures are just not amazing. I don't think that I'm going to go for Wilson. Uh, yeah, other than that, Mount, Jeremy Pino could be an option at 5.8 millions. Uh, but yeah, the pick who's the most interesting to me is to go for Anthony Gordon. I have the exact amount of cash to go for him. I have 7.3 millions to spend. He's on penalties. He's playing for Newcastle. The fixtures are going to be great, as I said before. Burnley, Palace, Leeds, Wolves, Aston Villa. I mean, the fixtures are not amazing or something else, but playing Burnley and Leeds and Wolverhampton in the next five is decent. And also Man United away is not such a bad fixture for an attacker. Now, the only problem with Gordon, again, everybody knows this is minutes. He's not going to get 90 minutes every game week. He could be benched in some of these games because we have a lot of fixtures. I'm not sure if Gordon can play, can start all those. But when he's playing, he's on penalties. And again, he's a nice option. But yeah, I just need to see if I want to take those punts. Now, if you make the transfers, this is how my team would look like for this game week, and I'm going to roll the other one. I don't think that it's worth to make another transfer. And again, I'm just not sure which defender I'm going to buy anyway. So I'm going to roll and have two free transfers in Game Week 19 when the fixtures are decent. Van Dijk, O'Reilly, Lacroix is going to play also against Fulham at home, so really nice defense. In midfield, Cunha against Wolverhampton at home, Foden, Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago against Tottenham at home, Semenyo against Chelsea away, and Gordon against Burnley away. Now, here the plan was always to get rid of Semenyo. The problem is which midfielder am I going to buy in Game Week 19? I'm just not sure at the moment. Now, what I can do, I can just, I don't know, play Minte, who has a decent fixture against West Ham away. What I didn't talk before, I could also sell Minte instead of Anderson, but I just don't think that having more money to spend is going to be better. Now I could go for the same players. I could go for the same players if I'm going to sell Minte. So yeah, I want to keep Minte if possible for West Ham and Burnley. I know he was horrible. He was rubbish in the last few gamings. I'm not going to lie, but keeping him for West Ham and Burnley, if I, in case I need him, because you see how many injuries are happening at the moment. Currently, Bruno Fernandes was one of the best players to buy before this game week, and now everybody is going to sell Bruno Fernandes to buy Cunha probably. So a lot of things can happen real quick, and you need to have some good squad options, I think, and I would advise you to do in this festive period. And again, try to, if possible, try to save some transfers. I would advise to do that. So I'm going to have two free transfers. I could roll. I could roll this gaming, but again, if I want to sell someone like Semenyo, I'm going to have 7.6, something like that. But who am I going to buy? Who am I going to buy? Am I going to go for Rice against Aston Villa at home? Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, in defense, I'm just going to wait to see when Gabriel is going to be back, and probably selling Lacroix is going to be the route to buy Gabriel from Arsenal, or maybe in Game Week 20, if he's going to be back, I'm just going to sell Virgil van Dijk to Gabriel. So I need to make sure I have also that possibility. Now, to be honest with you, in Game Week 19, I could just go for Soboslai here if I want to sell Semenyo, who's still going to play against Leeds. And probably that makes the most sense if I'm not going to have enough money to go for someone like Wirtz. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. But just to bench Minte, I could play him ahead of Thiago, but Thiago is on penalties against Tottenham. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But currently, this is the plan. If possible, I'm just going to sell someone like Minte or Anderson, because those are my priorities at the moment. Both of them have bad fixtures. Anderson, again, I bought him, but I'm just not sure if he's a player I'm patient enough to have in my team for a long period of time. I still think that he's decent. He's really good for that price, but yeah. And or I could just go for, again, here instead of Soboslai, I could go for Enzo Lefe, downgrade this spot and just buy, I don't know, someone like Gabriel instead of Lacroix. Yeah, I'm going to have that money, and I'm also going to have 1.5 millions in the bank, something like that, if I'm going to make these transfers. So yeah, this is also a possibility, but buying Gabriel ahead of Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, probably not the best time to buy him, but again, we know how good of an FPL option he is, so yeah, it's not out of discussion. Again, let's see how Game Week 17 is going to end. Let's see how Game Week 18 is going to end, and then how many free transfers we have. These are my current plans at the moment. I made already two early moves. I bought Ekitike, I bought Cunha, probably the moves everyone is going to make, which is a shame that everyone now is going to go for Ekitike and Cunha, but it is what it is. I just think that both of them are really good picks, and if you have an easy way to buy them, just do it. Now let's move to the next part and let's discuss a little bit about the best players to buy if you're willing to buy some players in Game Week 18. Alright guys, now in the last part I want to discuss some of the best players to buy. We're going to discuss about defenders, midfielders and forward, and that's because I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to upload this week, honestly, with all this festive period, with all the traveling for me and driving, but I want to incorporate here in this video. I'm going to talk about the best defenders to buy, midfielders and forwards, and since I think that a lot of people are going to be interested in buying forwards and midfielders, again, I think that hopefully this is going to be a little bit helpful for you. We're going to discuss about a lot of players. Now, we're going to start with the defenders. And again, the obvious ones, obviously, if you want to buy some defenders, are the Everton defenders, although each and every one of them have some bad things attached to them. Tarkovsky, for an example, is expensive and he's on 4 yellow cards. Someone like Keane is nice, he has good threat, the fixtures are great for Everton, but at some point when Braithwaite is going to be back, maybe he's going to lose his place. So we don't know how many fixtures you're going to get for someone like Keane, but again, we don't know at the moment. And also, you're not going to go for anyone. Someone like Pickford, again, if you want to go for a goalkeeper, I think that he's fine, but I think that he's a little bit too expensive. Although, again, he was the top scoring goalkeeper in the last 2 game weeks. So yeah, starting with the defenders. Again, starting with Chelsea defenders, I would just avoid Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Manchester City, Fulham, Brentford, Crystal Palace in the next 6-7 game weeks. I just think that this is not the moment to buy Chelsea defenders, Chelsea players in general. In gaming 21-22, that's where everyone is going to buy Chelsea players because the fixtures are going to get really good. With Crystal Palace, again, someone like Munoz obviously is out. I don't think that you're buying Lacroix at the moment. Someone like Gehi is still okay. If you have Crystal Palace defenders, definitely I would think about keeping them because they are still good. I know that they lost to Leeds 4-1, I think, or something like that. The fixtures are not amazing though. Spurs at home, Fulham at home, back-to-back home fixtures, which is great. Newcastle, Aston Villa, Sunderland, Chelsea, Forest, Brighton, Burnley in 26, Wolverhampton in 27. So again, long term, someone like Richards, I think that is a great option. If you still want to keep him, if you have Guehi, if you have Lacroix, and you want to buy someone like O'Reilly or I don't know other defenders, then feel free to do it. Timber, again, buying Arsenal defenders is never a bad idea, I think. And if you want to buy one at the moment, probably Timber is the best one, but 6.5 millions at the moment. Ben White is out for a short period of time, probably. So Timber is fine. He's going to play most games. I think that he's safe. But when Gabriel is going to be back, everyone is going to jump on Gabriel. So it really depends how many defenders you have from Arsenal. And although also the fixtures are not great, Brighton at home, Villa at home, let's say is okay. But considering Aston Villa and their recent form, I'm just not sure if I want to have an Arsenal defender in that fixture. And then it's Bournemouth and Liverpool and Man United in gaming 23. So the fixtures are not great for Arsenal, but they are the best defense in the Premier League. So if you have Arsenal defenders, definitely I would just keep them for now and then reassess when someone like Gabriel is going to be back. Keane, we talked about him, 4.7 million, so he rises in price. But still, I think that he's great. If you could, I don't know, guarantee me that he's going to get 5-6 fixtures at least, then he's a great option. He's playing Burnley, Forest, Brentford, Wolverhampton, Villa, Leeds, Brighton, Fulham, Bournemouth. The fixtures are pretty decent long term, and he has attacking threat, real attacking threat, someone like Michael Keane, and he's also decent for defensive contribution. So he would be my preferred choice if I was to buy a defender this game, probably. For 4 to 5 game weeks, I think that he's fine. I think that Braithwaite is not going to be rushed, but again, he's going to be back in training soon. So, yeah, with Man City, O'Reilly, I still think that he's a great defender to own with attacking threat. Then Senesi, I think that he's a sell probably for most people. Cash, again, I wouldn't buy him. Reece James, I wouldn't buy any Chelsea defenders at the moment. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Brighton defenders, Van Heck, definitely not buying him now. They're playing against Arsenal. Van de Ven is an interesting one because the fixtures, as we saw before, are not bad, but Spurs are really unpredictable. So I'm just not sure how much I trust Spurs to keep a lot of clean sheets. And he's also not great for defensive contributions. Virgil van Dijk, honestly, if you want to, I don't know, buy a defender and you have the money to do it, Wolverhampton at home, Leeds at home. If Liverpool are ever going to keep some clean sheets, probably is going to be in these fixtures. But yeah, I'm just not sure if I would buy him at the moment. Trafford from Bournemouth, definitely not. Yeah, other than that, I wouldn't buy any United defenders, Brighton defenders. Newcastle defenders against Manchester United. I just don't think that this is the best entry point. So yeah, I think that this is pretty much it. Brentford are still okay. They are playing against Bournemouth, Tottenham, and Everton. Again, you don't have a lot of options. Anderson from Fulham, if you still want to go there. Forest at home, West Ham away. The next two are pretty decent, honestly. If you want to go for someone like Anderson, that's okay. But then it's Palace, Liverpool, and Chelsea after that. So yeah, someone like Luis Potter probably is going to be a big knee jerk because he scored 2 goals. But again, yeah, if you want to take some punts, definitely. Someone like Milenkovic, Fulham, Man City, Everton, Aston Villa, West Ham, Arsenal, probably not for me, but that price 5.1. So yeah, I think that we talked pretty much about every defender. If we look at teams, uh, yeah, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, Burnley. I wouldn't buy any defenders from Burnley. Brighton, no. Fulham, maybe. Anderson, Leeds, probably not. Chelsea, no. Crystal Palace, no. Uh, Newcastle are going to go on a nice run. So from next gaming, from gaming 19, I like them. I like someone like Chow. Man City is okay. Sunderland is okay. If you need the cash, if you want to go for someone like Mukiele, Alderete, Rodon, these defenders are always good. West Ham, I'm not going to go there. Now, if we move to midfielders, I think that with the Bruno Fernandes injury, as I said before, he's not ruled out yet, but probably he's going to miss Newcastle and probably he's going to miss some gamings. That's at least what Amorim said. Let's see if you're going to have a press conference before gaming 18. I think that Bruno Fernandes is going to be a sell for most people. So yeah, because even if he's going to be back, let's say you want to keep him for, I don't know, 2-3 gamings. If he's going to be back for Burnley in 21, that's perfectly fine. But then it's Man City Arsenal in gaming 22, 23. So again, probably I saw Bruno Fernandes, and when I'm going to think about buying him, probably 24 if he's going to be fit. Um, so yeah, if you're looking for replacements, definitely Foden. If you don't have him, Cunha is the most obvious replacement. I think on penalties, he's going to be probably with Mbeumo and Fernandes out. He has real attacking threat. And yeah, he's just a good pick. He's just a good pick at that price. I think that he's the most obvious swap from Bruno Fernandes. Foden, Cunha, Semenyo. I wouldn't go for Semenyo at the moment. Saka, again, you could go for him, but I just don't. I think that if you don't have Saka, you're not going to go for him right now when you can go for someone like Rice. But if you still have Saka into your team, I think that he's a fine hold. Now, Semenyo is the highest scoring midfielder in the game, but the fixtures are just not there. The fixture is great, it's decent this gaming in 18 against Brentford, but after that, it's not great. Now, if we move to Rice, this is where I wanted to be. He's going to be a really popular swap. If you want to sell, I don't know, Bruno Fernandes and you want to upgrade someone like Thiago to Ekitike, and I think that he's a good option at that price, 7.1 millions. I'm not saying that he's a bad pick. But again, against Everton, he scored 11 points. And I think that this is one of the reasons he's going to be really popular. If you look back, he scored 2 points against Wolverhampton. He scored 6 against Aston Villa away, which fair enough is a decent amount of points, I would say. 3 against Brentford, 4 against Chelsea, 6 against Spurs, 2 against Sunderland. So again, he's capable of scoring points. Against Burnley, he got 13. Against Crystal Palace, he got 7. It's 3, 11 against West Ham, 9 against Newcastle. Um, so again, he's a constant one. He's not going to get defensive contributions every gaming. But again, Rice is a type of player. If you're going to buy Rice, just don't expect him to score 15 points in the first game. I think that you should give him, I don't know, 4 to 5, 6, 7 fixtures. He's just a player you're buying and you're leaving him there in your starting 11. He's on set pieces, he's decent for defensive contributions. If he's going to get that assist, he is also decent for getting bonus points, and that's it pretty much. And he's nailed to start. So again, definitely, I think that you can make a case that Rice is maybe a better value pick than Bukayo Saka. That's clearly true, but yeah, other than that, it's not such an exciting pick. He's capable of scoring. He got 3 double-digit hauls, I think, this season. yeah, 11, 13, and 11 again, but he can also score. He's going to score 2, 3, 4 points in some gaming, so you don't need to be mad about that. Rogers, as I said before, I wouldn't go for him. I know that he scored 15 points against United, 15 points against West Ham, so it's really tough. It's really tough to not go for him. But Chelsea, Arsenal, if Haaland, I don't know, was about to play Chelsea and Arsenal away, probably I would avoid buying him, honestly. So I'm going to apply the same treatment to Rogers. So I just don't think that he's a buy at the moment. Foden is nice. Foden is nice if you want to buy him. Bruno Guimaraes, he's okay. He's okay, but I think that the Rice is better if you want that kind of player. Bukayo Saka is okay. With Chelsea players like Neto, probably I would just avoid the moment. Wilson for Game Week 18, I wouldn't buy probably because it's West Ham, Palace, Liverpool in the next three, which is not amazing. But fair enough, he's a nice, decent budget pick. Tavernier, yeah, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there. Dewsbury Hall is injured. Minte, again, you're not going to buy Minte ahead of Arsenal away, right? Uh, yeah, other than that, Enzo Fernandez, Kudus could be okay. Eze, you're going to avoid. Grealish, for what's worth, I think that he could be okay because the fixtures are decent for Everton. But again, 2 points. If we see the points for Grealish, 2, 2, 3, 11, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 0. I mean, again, he's decent because, again, is there a world where someone like Grealish is going to be on penalties for Everton? Because then I would be really interested in him. But other than that, he has some assist threat. He's creating a lot of chances. Everton are going to be a weaker side without Nje, without Dewsbury Hall. So again, I don't know. I think that he's fine for 6.5. Honestly, if you want a nail player, someone like Gakpo. Honestly, let's. I'm going to wait to see the news because if someone like Gakpo is going to be fit, with the injuries Liverpool currently have, I think that he's going to get good minutes. And 7.3 millions, he's the same price as Gordon. So I'm going to be tempted to go for Gakpo in my own team probably. So yeah, I like Gakpo if he's going to be fit, but I need to see that from Arne Slot. Soboslai is suspended, so you're not going to buy him. Shade is okay. Uh, Cherky is a nice as a punt, but again, he's not going to play 90 minutes every gaming. So if you want to go for someone like Cherky and ignore the price, I would just go probably for someone like Gordon, who's also on penalties for Newcastle. Since the minutes are not going to be great for any of them, probably I would just pick Gordon. Honestly, the features also I think that are a little bit better for him. Enzo Lefebvre is my favorite cheap defender, cheap midfielder. Sorry, if you wanna, I don't know, upgrade elsewhere and you need that cash, 4.9 millions. He's on penalties. He's on penalties for Sunderland, and in itself, that thing is worth 4.9 millions. I think he's on some set pieces. Also, he hit DefCon in some games. 2, 2, 2, 5, 13 points. Again, he is getting decent minutes. He's playing most games more than 80 minutes. The features are not amazing, but he's just a great enabler. And the other one probably is Potts from West Ham. If you really need the cash and if you really want to go cheap, Jeremy Pino is another player who I think that he can do good in the next few fixtures with the injuries Palace have. With I don't know, Kamada is injured, Saris too is going to Afcon. Pino is going to get good minutes and he could be on some set pieces and yeah, pretty much that's it. I think that he's a nice punt at 5.8 millions, but he's a punt again. Gordon is probably one of the most interesting and exciting picks to go from. Now, I'm not necessarily thinking that Man United is the best entry point in Game Week 18, but Man United is not a bad picture for a midfielder, for an attacker. For someone like Anthony Gordon, I don't think that Man United is a bad pick. And then you have Burnley, Palace, Leeds. If you can guarantee me that Burnley plays, I don't know, 75 minutes every game week in the next five, I would just buy him right now. But nobody can guarantee that, and obviously someone like Gordon could be benched at some point because the fixture run is going to be really congested. Mount, if you want to go there, 5.9 millions, he could be okay, but yeah, as I said before, the options are just not amazing, and yeah, Potts is at 4.4 millions, probably the best cheap midfielder you can go for if you really need the money. But again, don't expect too much. And if we move to the last part, let's talk a little bit about the forwards. If you have Mateta, I think that is not the worst thing to keep him. Now I just sold Mateta on Sunday to buy Ekitike, so I can't complain to anyone if you want to sell Mateta. I got enough. I got tired of owning Mateta. His minutes are not going to be amazing, but he's still on penalties. And again, with his knee problem, his minutes are not going to be great. He's not going to play 90 minutes every gaming. But yeah, let's discuss about the other strikers. As I said before, Thiago, if you want to keep him, is perfectly fine, I think. The fixtures are okay. Bournemouth, Spurs, Everton, Sunderland is decent. Is decent for a player who's on penalties. I know that he was rubbish in the last gamings. Let's be honest, he got 2-2-2-1. He got 0 XG against Wolverhampton and against Leeds, which is not great, but again, he's an okay hold. Bowen and Ekitike probably are going to be the most interesting strikers to buy ahead of Game Week 18. I don't mind Bowen if you want to go for him. His stats are not amazing, but I don't know, Bowen is a really constant player, and Fulham, Brighton, Wolverhampton, Nottingham Forest, Spurs, Sunderland, Chelsea, Burnley, until gaming 25, 26, 27, you're not going to have a problem with owning Bowen. And what I like about him, obviously, is he's nailed. He's going to play 90 minutes every game week, and that's going to be really good to have in Christmas and on this congested period. So if you want to go for Bowen, perfectly fine. Ekitike again, because Isak is going to be out sadly for a long period of time, probably 2 or 3 months. I just think that Ekitike is a better pick than Bowen and a better pick than Thiago, obviously. I just think that he's one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the game at the moment to own. Now, I don't want to hype Ekitike too much. He's not essential. He's not essential if you don't want to go for him, that's perfectly fine. But Wolverhampton at home, Leeds at home, Liverpool, although they weren't great this season, they are still one of the best attacking sides in the Premier League, and nobody can say otherwise. And Ekitike is going to score some goals. He's also playing really good for Liverpool, so it's not like he's you're buying Ekitike just because the fixtures are great. He scored against Brighton, he scored against Tottenham, he scored. He scored against Leeds, so he's going to play again against Leeds. He scored 2 goals against Brighton, 2 goals against Leeds, one against Spurs. Then, yeah, he didn't play in Game Week 14, 60 minutes, 22, 35, 55. But now he's going to get close to 90 minutes every game week, I think. So, yeah, I think that is a great pick. So, if you want to buy Ekitike, not a problem with that. Although I feel a little bit sad that everyone is going to buy Ekitike now, but it is what it is. João Pedro definitely. Calvert-Lewin again. He was unstoppable in the last few gamings. Let's be honest. 13, 9, 6, 9, 7 points, scoring against Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Again, someone like Calvert-Lewin scoring in those tougher fixtures is just peak FPL. Uh, I don't think that is essential or anything like that. 5.8 millions, he's okay, he's fine, but I don't know. Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Sunderland away. Uh, yeah, the fixtures are just not amazing. So if you don't really need the cash, I'm not sure you have a lot of reasons to go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, uh, except from him scoring every game week. Voldemort is going to be an interesting one, definitely. Burnley, Palace, Leeds, Wolverhampton. But again, with Voldemort, he scored 2 goals against Chelsea peak FPL after a lot of people sold him. The fixtures are going to be great, same as someone like Gordon. He's not going to play probably 90 minutes every game. He's not on penalties, but at 7.3 millions, he's almost the same price as someone like Thiago. So definitely, I think that Voldemort is better. And yeah, if Gordon is still going to get subbed off in every gaming, then he's also going to be on penalties for the last 20 minutes, which is where the most goals are scored in the Premier League this season, I think 30% or something like that. Yeah, other than that, Richarlison, Welbeck, Watkins, Isidore, Gyökeres, Evan Nilsson, Wilson. I'm just naming forwards. I wouldn't go for them at the moment. Krupi Juniors, Raul. I think that the boat was missed. Sesko could be an interesting one, I guess, with the injuries currently Man United have, but yeah, I'm just not sure if I trust him enough. Barry, again, could be interesting, but you can't guarantee the minutes, and pretty much that's it. Nketiah also, I like him for the next for the short term. I think that he's going to get good minutes, but yeah, pretty much that's it. Um, so yeah, the best forwards to buy this game week: Ekitike, Bowen, Voltemad, maybe from next game week. I think that from game week 19 is going to be the best entry point if you want to still buy him, but Wisa is there, so his minutes are not going to be great. Uh, so yeah, you're either going to go for someone like Ekitike, Bowen, or you're going to go for someone like Guyu, someone like Obi, and upgrade in midfield. But currently, I think that a lot of people are going to move to a 3-4-3 formation since, as I said and told you before, there aren't a lot of good midfielders at the moment to pick from. Palmer, the fixtures are horrible. Saka, he's not really amazing value for his price. Mohamed Salah is to AFCON. Bruno Fernandes is injured, so you don't really have any expensive midfielders to spend the money on. So probably, yeah, a lot of people are going to have three strikers, and I'm happy that I'm already on that strategy. So let's see how it's going to go. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Sorry for it being that long, but hopefully it was a little bit helpful for you. Now, if you enjoyed it, please consider giving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It really helps a lot, and also consider becoming a member of this family if you want to support the channel even more. And yeah, I'm going to see you next time. Bye. Bag gura lor, când mă întreabă oamenii de unde sunt le zic de va. Apoi îmi bag gura lor.